Okay, now we're ready to start building our slab, and this is just showing you a bit of an idea of what the slab is going to look like. Remember, you can hold your shift key down and use your center mouse button to be able to swivel your drawings around. If we have a look at this, we've got this is made up of a couple of different components. It has a slab edge around the outside. It has a slab. If I perhaps just start deleting some of these, you'll see what I mean. Oops, the whole lot is gone. That's because everything is attached to that. If I just come back again, undo that, we should be able to delete that one first. You can see how we've got some slab edges around here. If we come down and look underneath, and we've got our floor slab, and we've got a garage slab which is about 100 millimeters down from that slab as well. So we're trying to create that. If we just go back, let's bring all that back together again. If I go underneath, we also have some of these slab thickeners going across here as well, which will strengthen up and support the slab. Now we normally use this slab construction in Australia because the soil is quite good, and we usually build in brick veneer because we don't need the houses that are as warm as other climates around the world. But brick veneer will crack quite a lot if the soil moves a lot, so we use this slab technique which sort of floats on the surface and keeps the house nice and stable. So it may move around a little bit, but the whole house moves and there's no cracking occurring. In other countries, and if you go and have a look at some old houses in Adelaide, you'll see that they actually have foundations that are quite deep, anything up to a metre deep into the ground, and then they have those running around where the room walls are, and the walls are built on top of that. But because we build in brick veneer now, this is usually what you'll see in house design. So that's what we're going to create. Now it's easy enough to create the floor slab, but we also need to create this slab edge, and we're going to create a family that we can use to make that. So that's what we're going to have a look at next. What is a family? If we come up and go into if we come down to our project browser, you'll see that you have a folder here called families, and it has a lot of stuff in here. Now you basically can access families by coming in, let's go back one, just bear with me a minute. This will come into components, and you can get into families by having a look this way, and if we go load, you'll come up with a folder that is actually in your Revit folder on your computer, and you can see you've got lots of different folders. Now if we go into, say, have a look at doors, we can see, if you have a look over in the preview here, when we click on that, all of these things are families. So they're items that we can bring in, and we have to design off, not in the actual drawing. We design them and we can bring them in any time. And if I go back to that list again, you can see there's quite a number of different types of families. Now the one that we're going to do today is called a profile. So if we come in and have a look at profile, and we look at slab, we've got a slab edge metal angle and a slab edge thickened, and you can see it's just an outline, a profile that then becomes that 3D object in our Revit drawing. So that's what we're going to create in our next video, is an angle here, so that when we look at this angle here, and perhaps if we come up and have a look in a section view, what we're trying to do is create this shape here in the corner. At the moment it's attached to the slab, and we attach that later, but really it's just this shape here. So it's a rectangle with just a little 45-degree on it. So that's what we're going to do now. So move on to have a look at your next video on how to create a slab edge family.